Welcome everyone to the Everything Show. I am your host, Matrix Lloyd 212, and I'm with Chris. What's up, Chris?
What's up, guys? It's almost Thanksgiving.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving, everybody, almost. So what's
Yeah.
going on, dude?
So before we get started, I do want to just kind of throw this out there. My internet is kind of going in and out tonight. So if I do cut off, I do apologize. I will try to make sure I don't talk too much so that I don't get cut off. So I kind of wanted to start off with this news that broke a couple days ago, and kind of go over it because I know that a lot of people are kind of like, "What's going on? Why did this happen? Is something wrong?" kind of thing.
Right.
So the big news right now, finally we got an answer as to why there has been a lack of marketing and a lack of news for Godzilla versus Kong.
Right.
The movie has been moved. The release date has been moved from March 13th, 2020 to November 20th, 2020. Now, that is a significant move. That's 8 months.
So November 22nd, 2020?
November 20th.
Or November 20th.
Yeah. So now a lot of people are saying, why did this happen? Why is this going? We don't have an official answer as to why it's happened yet. However, my hypothesis is...
I lost you. Chris? Hold on, guys. We lost Chris for a second there. So we'll see.
Okay. Yeah, I saw that there. I apologize, like I said.
Okay.
So my first hypothesis as to why the movie's been moved is I do believe that they are adjusting the film a bit to try and not so much the monster stuff. I think what they're going to do is try to maybe make the human stuff a little bit more interesting. Because I know that one of the complaints that people had about King of the Monsters was that the human cast wasn't that great.
Right.
I don't necessarily agree with that. I think that it could have been better, but I don't think that they really need to concern themselves too much with that.
Right.
But if they feel that they need to make it better, go ahead.
Okay.
The other reason I think they moved it is November 20th is a much better release date.
Right.
There are a lot of movies, large movies that come out in November. November is not a bad month.
Okay.
And Warner Brothers, which is attached to this movie, obviously, they release pretty big movies in November, a pretty good amount of the time.
Right.
So I'm not panicking.
Okay, you're not panicking.
Yeah, I'm not panicking over this because I think that this is a much better release date. It's 2 weeks after the Eternals, so I think that will have had its run, and then it's going up against, I think, an animated movie that Disney's putting out. But
okay. So you don't know what the animated movie is that it's going up against?
Sorry, say that again.
Well, you don't know what the animated movie it is that
it's
going up against?
It's something about like Raya and the Last Dragon or her pet dragon or something like that.
Okay.
I don't know the name off the top of my head, but so I'm not too worried about this. I think it's going to be fine.
Right. Okay. So anything else other than Godzilla, like what? Anything else connected with the movie that we know about? Is any of the monsters?
No, other than that, that's been the most recent news that we've gotten for that.
Okay, so November 20th, 2020 is Godzilla vs. Kong, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Now, what's going on with Star Wars? Because we've heard a lot of numerous things with J.J. Abrams that they're still shooting, still filming, this.
So the movie is done.
The movie's done.
It's done. Yes. He's apparently confirmed this in a recent interview. He also kind of did something that I really don't understand. He talked about how a lot of the leaks were because of a script that got sold on eBay.
Yeah, I heard that an actor left their script under the bed and they forgot it, and someone's leading lady gave it to somebody to sell it.
Apparently, it got sold on eBay or something. I don't know where.
How is that allowed to be sold?
Because I guess eBay didn't know that it was real, or something like that.
They got sued, obviously, the person, right?
I don't know. But I think we now know where these leaks have come from.
We do?
Yeah, but I think it was that script.
So, okay, so who's the actor that he's angry with that he refuses
Nope,
to mention?
we don't know.
But he is angry with an actor, though.
He's angry that the script got out there. Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Do you think so? We could be anybody. We don't know, right?
It could be anybody. It really doesn't matter at this point. What matters is that the movie is done, and whatever they've decided to go with has now basically been confirmed and locked.
So they've changed the whole ending?
We've not heard that, no.
Oh, okay.
As far as we know, the ending is pretty much what we've heard, unless they've made some adjustments to it.
Okay. Hey, Scott.
Hello.
How are you?
Good.
So, what about so everything is going to happen in the movie that is supposed to, we saw, right?
As far as we know.
And what about, I saw something about Daisy Ridley was asked about Last Jedi, and she wasn't crazy about Last Jedi. Is that true or no?
I haven't heard that interview. If she has said that, I mean, she's entitled to her opinion.
Right.
Of course.
I mean, she didn't say it in so many words. She was kind of like, like,
yeah,
she's not thrilled.
I personally think that she's kind of done with Star Wars for the moment.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think that I think she wants to get everything done with the Rise of Skywalker and then kind of move on to
take
something.
a break.
Yeah.
Do you think that Star Wars should take a break from the movies?
Yes. I think what they should do right now is focus on their Disney Plus shows because
Yes, definitely.
The Mandalorian is doing very well.
So just take like a 5-year break?
Maybe 6 or 7 or 6 to 8.
You really think so? Wow.
Well, they've got a movie planned for 2022.
Yeah,
So,
Kevin Feige, right?
But no, they haven't said what it's going to be yet.
I thought it was Kevin Feige's movie.
It might be. I doubt it though. I think he's going to take some more time to get everything ready.
Oh yeah.
For whatever he wants to do. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. Maybe it will be his. Maybe he's got.
I thought that was his movie. Yeah.
Personally, I think his idea is something that has been pitched and approved, and I think we're going to hear more about it next year. I think toward the end of next year we're going to hear something, or maybe at Celebration, we'll hear something about it.
Now, not to change the subject too much. I mean, we are going to talk about something else now, unless there's other stuff to Star Wars to talk about. Is there anything else?
As far as I know, with Star Wars, no, not really.
Okay, so remember how Scott, like we were talking about what the hell could be a Hulk movie?
Yeah,
we said
Wolverine,
that
and then we saw that in that red
Hulk
thing
versus
about
Wolverine.
Wolverine.
So that's what Mark Ruffalo pitched to Disney, and they like it. Now, is this going to happen, Chris? The Hulk versus Wolverine?
I'm not going to say it's not going to happen.
I think it's going to happen.
It's their way of introducing a new Logan anyway. So
I think this is going to happen. I honestly think
it would kind of fit Marvel's kind of thing now, where it looks like they're doing these more so like smaller crossovers rather.
But his arm is obviously going to heal.
I'm assuming that he's gonna heal. Yeah, I mean, I don't see how he couldn't.
That's not happening. He's gonna heal. I said this is gonna happen. He's gonna turn human, and then he's gonna turn the Hulk, and he's gonna heal. There's no thing with the Infinity Gauntlet that could stop gamma radiation from healing. I don't care what it is with the Infinity.
Because he was always even after because remember, even in the TV show, after he's injured himself and he reverted back.
Right, they chopped him in pieces.
Came back again. He was healed.
Yeah, they chopped him in pieces and they cut him into, Sorry, Chris. Okay. Chris has a problem with the internet.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but you know what they could do is perhaps somebody tips off Banner to, they approach him and they say, hey, listen, we know that you're injured. We have this thing that we think will help you. And it turns out to be maybe they're trying to synthesize Wolverine's healing factor or something like that to help heal the Hulk. And they use it to heal him, but maybe they don't heal him all the way. They're like, listen, that's all we had. We need you to get more from the source. And it's this being, it's this person. It turns out to be Logan, obviously. And maybe, he goes to talk to Logan and say, listen, I need your help. I need your healing factor or your mutation to help me. Logan doesn't take too kindly to that because obviously he doesn't trust the government. You know, he doesn't trust
right.
That's what leads to their conflict potentially.
Or how about this? We have that same concept, but then we have the Wendigo show up at the same time, and it starts wondering whether Logan's blood had mutated the Hulk even more.
I don't know if they're gonna do the winged white ding or whatever. I don't think they're gonna do that. But you know what they should do? They should do a thing where we think that Banner cured himself of the Hulk, but he did some shady practices to be healed, and that he actually separated himself from the Hulk. Like you find that there's an underground bunker, like a shadow base, and the consciousness and the Hulk is in a separate containment unit, and that because he's separated from the Hulk and because of the damage from the Infinity Gauntlet, that he's dying and he needs to reintegrate and merge with the Hulk to be whole again. But that he basically cut corners.
Similar to that in the comic books.
Yes.
If I remember right. Yeah.
Yes, but that he cut corners. Nobody knows that the Hulk's a prisoner underground, and that he's totally separated from him, and that
so
he's
pretty much.
He kind of did the wrong thing, I would think, Scott. Like he did some just desperation to be cured. He didn't like that he was dormant. Like he didn't appear for 3 years. Like he was upset about that in Ragnarok. So he took extraordinary measures. Maybe it ties in with a supervillain, maybe the leader or something. But I think they should do that. And I think the thing with Wolverine should play a part of that also, where he becomes the Hulk. He gets freed from the facility, and the facility is right where Logan is, and maybe in Canada or something. And that's when they battle. You know, so I think that is something I've been dying for.
It would be an awesome way of introducing a new actor to play Wolverine.
Well, would you have a new actor, or would you have Hugh Jackman like one more time? I would have Hugh Jackman one more time. No.
No.
I would probably go with a new actor.
Really?
Yeah.
To just to kind of make sure everybody knows like this, we're making our mark with Wolverine here.
Yeah.
And this is
Would you have him cameo in it, like Hugh Jackman?
Yeah, sure.
Sure. I mean, why not?
Yeah.
You could even have at one point in time have Deadpool in one of his movies reference once again, like with the X-Men, we got a different looking Logan as well. So
right.
But yeah,
I'm happy if they do.
This would be an excellent way.
Yeah, I think they should.
A new Wolverine.
I think that the whole combined Wolverine movie would be excellent, and I'm all for that.
I'm interested to see how they integrate mutants into the MCU. That is the one thing that they need to have a solid answer for this, because it's not something that you can just be like, it just happened.
Yeah.
Well, it has to be something.
You think they could do something like Crisis, where it's like two different universes had merged, or would that be too much copycat?
No, I don't think so. Chris is probably having a problem with the internet, right?
Oh no, I'm to be honest, I don't think the separate universe thing is a bad idea.
Right.
I you know, especially with what we know the Doctor Strange sequel is going to be.
Yeah.
I just need to, because this isn't like Blade with the vampires where you can say they've been underground the whole time, they've been in a secret. The mutants were literally a good portion of the population of the planet. So I mean, you know.
Yeah.
We could also utilize the whole notion of Wanda and her schizophrenic could have done something to where it.
Right, no more mutants. She wiped out mutants.
People's memories.
She could have wiped out the mutants before she became like no more mutants, and she erased them from history or some crap or whatever.
Infinity Gauntlet with everybody coming back,
and they got to restore them or something.
Yeah, somehow with the Infinity Gauntlet being snapped so many times, it bumfuzzled everything.
Did something.
I honestly think that what we're gonna see, at least on Earth, I think the mutants coming about is going to have it's going to be some kind of result of the humans that were erased coming back. Because we know that Wanda and her brother got their powers from the Infinity Stone, the Mind
Yeah.
Stone.
And Captain Marvel too.
Right. So I have a funny feeling that they're going to drastically change the X-Men story to fit the MCU and say that some of the people came back are exhibiting these strange abilities or something like that.
I got to tell you, in the X-Men book, I told you I didn't like what was going on. The guy that orchestrated this whole thing with the X-Men, where they're basically never dying, reborn every time, and living for hundreds of thousands of years. He all of a sudden he doesn't want to do it anymore. But like he's trying to get fired in the comics, like trying to, because he's done. Because now he can't go any other book. It's got to be X-Men this, X-Men that, X-Men that. He created such an intricate story, and again, I hate it. I don't totally when you make it that a character can't die.
Yeah.
It's kind of boring. And they were doing a lot of weird stuff in comic book lately, so I'm done with it. But I just hope that they just say that the whole thing is bullcrap. They're not really the X-Men, they're clones. But that's going to get resolved, hopefully. Or
bring back the, what was that gem? Oh.
Well, the Infinity Gems are...
Improv. Bring back the Improv crystal and say that's somehow had...
Oh, the Mycranian crystal, whatever the hell that thing is?
The Imcron crystal,
which
they utilized in the Age of Apocalypse timeline.
There was a thing, the Siege Perilous, so that was another thing, right? Yeah. There's also some... I got to tell you, I'm kind of disappointed that my son told me this today because I didn't get to the comic book store right away. They have this book called Symbiote Spider-Man, and Peter David's one of my favorite writers, but they're letting him rewrite Marvel history.
Oh no!
In the past, now they already took liberties where Mysterio encountered the symbiote Spider-Man and a few things. I did like that they got to see the lifestyle of Peter Parker with Felicia Hardy, the Black Cat, going out and interactions with Aunt May. I found that interesting. But now they're doing another series of that. But my son showed me this thing that was two things already I don't like. One, there's another Black Cat in the past, different person, red hair. That has, now you're changing Marvel canon. You're changing Marvel canon. I'm not happy about that. Another thing is that something's going to happen where Peter Parker becomes Sorcerer Supreme.
Oh, God.
As Spider-Man. Which I saw the picture and I'm like, are you kidding me right now?
I mean, who hasn't been the Sorcerer Supreme lately?
But I mean, now this is we're talking about actual Marvel Universe timeline, main timeline being altered to show that I'm pissed because again, why can't you do another timeline? Because the problem with I have a big problem with it because I'm very protective of Spider-Man franchise and Spider-Man character, but the problem is that the moment he exhibits magical awareness and magical powers, it gives him a residue of magic where
which
outer-worldly beings will be drawn to him and it won't make sense and he'll be magic aware. Even if they take the memory away from him, the fact that he practices magic at all, it's going to cause a problem in his history.
It might be a thing that Mephisto might try
to I'm hoping they don't do that, where they make it that's why Mephisto was drawn to him because of the magic that he...
No, I'm not talking about by the magic, but something happens to where Mephisto goes, let's screw with Parker, so it's my little...
Well, no, see, that's the thing. They already made a deal, but you know what? I don't know. Maybe they'll make it that this universe is not the Marvel Universe. I don't know. But not happy about it, though. All right, so did we covered the box office today, didn't we? We covered it, yes. No, we didn't cover today's box office. All right, so the box office for Tuesday the 26th, quickly, Frozen 2 worldwide, 392, it's a hit. Excellent job. Ford versus Ferrari, 62 million domestically, 108 million worldwide, but that's 46 million is coming from, overseas. Not a hit yet. Still a failure. Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, 17 million. What did we say, Scott, the budget was?
I forget off the top of my head.
25 million. Still not a hit.
It still has. I'm going to say middle of next week, pretty much the middle. It's still the holiday season, so people might go, let's go see old Mr. Rogers.
Charlie's Angels ain't moving.
Yeah, and they just hired Elizabeth Banks to do the Invisible Woman.
Well, I want to give context to that because nobody knows how that happens. Amy Pascal works for Universal. Amy Pascal did Ghostbusters 2016. Amy Pascal is behind and in charge of the whole remaining things of Dark Universe. So Amy Pascal is basically rewarding Elizabeth Banks because she did the Ghostbusters 2016 female, and because she's upset about the thing, and she bashed men, by the way, where you're really screwed over your future jobs, bashing the men in general. So basically, if Amy Pascal was a big position in Universal, she's the one that gave it to her. Because again, we already talked about this, that even though she's still doing stuff with Sony as freelance, her job is Universal. So that is something nobody mentioned, and it's obvious beyond belief. Yeah. Beyond belief obvious. Because why would you give someone a movie when your movie bombed?
Yeah.
Badly. And the only reason you would do that is if you had another female who had a movie that bombed, and giving her another shot because she's in a position of power.
Hey, I mean, there are so many other female directors that she could have gotten, though.
I know, but it's
ridiculous.
It's a thing. So there's that.
So what if their next project bombs? What are they going to do then?
Well, that's the thing. Amy Pascal. No, because Amy Pascal, she's in charge of multiple movies. So if one bombs, no big deal. Yeah. Overall, her movies, whatever she's doing, has to be successful.
But Banks' little Brie Larson twin comments is going to hurt her as well.
Well, what's his name? She'll probably do a Pitch Perfect fucking 4.
Yeah.
Basically.
And that'll be probably the last thing we see her in.
Well, when this next Invisible Man movie bombs, I mean, then we'll see if this will. Because listen, I watched that trailer a couple of days ago, and I was like, do you remember the first Invisible Man had the idea that he could use this to take down like entire countries?
Right.
This guy's in the house with his ex-girlfriend.
Right.
I said it reminds me.
It's very low key.
Sleeping with the Enemy.
It's very low key, like no taking over the world domination. It's self-centered on being an asshole ex or whatever.
Yeah. And that's the whole thing, if you think about it.
Fucking with her.
Movie, let's knock men by having them be the primary.
Like, would you just waste your whole time fucking with one person, like messing with her, or would you try to take over the world? I mean, maybe. I mean, again, didn't he go crazy because he went invisible?
Yeah,
that was the whole point. He went insane.
This guy was just insane already. Like,
So I thought he went insane because he went invisible.
It doesn't sound like that because I think they're going with the whole he's like the bad ex-boyfriend who just happens to be a genius and he made a way to bend light around him.
Yeah.
Right. Which they're technically doing that already in technology.
Yeah. Some people say that they've already completed that.
I've seen the thing. I've seen what they've done,
what the Philadelphia experiment was trying to do.
Yeah, that's another thing entirely. All right, so
that'll be the third movie they'll do. They'll do the third movie.
I wouldn't doubt it.
They shouldn't even do a second Invisible Woman. They shouldn't even
the girlfriend tries to get away, so she goes on a boat, and it just so happens that he's made the boat invisible too.
So now, what do you do when you do the Fantastic Four movie? You can't call her Invisible Woman?
I mean, they'll probably call her like
she's the Invisible Woman. She's the Invisible Woman. You can't call her anything else. Sue Rich is the Invisible. I mean, she was Invisible Girl, and then she's Invisible Woman. It's copy. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen.
Or they just won't give them their names or something. I don't know.
I don't know. What else? Trying to think. Anything other news? No other news, right? No. Anything going on with Transformers? No.
No, that's gone
Dead in the water.
Yeah.
I know. That's what I'm saying. We never talked about him in a while. Dead, right?
The only thing I've seen about Transformers is some dude was talking about the head.
Wasn't Bumblebee? Bumblebee supposed to get a sequel?
That's what I had heard that they were going to do because it did well. I still haven't even seen Bumblebee, to be honest with you.
It was good.
Neither have I. And she's busy, supposedly doing Dickinson or something, right? I guess. All right, that's it for the Everything Show. Thank you, guys. Take care. Bye for now.